You're on.
Hi, I'm Curly Lindeman, Art Lindeman, from West Palm Beach, Florida. 75 now.
70.
Everything's looking good here. My daughter is here, my son is here, he's got ready to leave. Everything is, we had a very pretty party last evening at Patty and Jack's place. Being an old man and also Diane wants to go on today, we all, she and I, we went early so we could go to town. Because we were all trip from West Palm to here.
You have any words of wisdom as a senior Lindeman in the family?
That's right. I'm the oldest of the cousins.
Oldest of the cousins. You know who's next?
Tom.
Tom is next.
And then,
I think Skip.
both, you know, Skip, and then thereafter it's Bud and or Dick. They're really close together. Who's on first?
Who's on first? Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Beth. I'm Ken's wife, and Brian and Eric and Evan and Adam are my children. And I'm here for the Lindeman-Driscoll reunion.
And you're leaving because?
And I'm leaving because I have to work.
And you do a?
I'm a flight engineer for American Transair.
Great. Thank you.
Have fun.
Okay.
Sorry I have to leave early.
My kids are important.
Yeah.
Ken Lindeman. There's Adam Lindeman. There's Evan Lindeman. Brian and Eric Lindeman are also here. We are, I'm the son of Arthur Lindeman Jr., who's the son of Arthur Lindeman Sr., who's the son of Harry Lindeman. Arthur Lindeman Sr. was the brother of Cliff and Bob and Lindeman and Rick Lindeman. And there's Arthur Lindeman Jr.
I got him.
Main man.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a scientist who works with nonprofit organizations and the University of Miami.
And teach?
Teach a little bit, sure.
Okay, and consult?
Consult a little bit.
Great, thank you.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, welcome to Family Reunion 2002 in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Here we are at Mystic Lake. I'm Dick Driscoll, cousin to Tim. His Aunt Ruth was my mother, Ruth Martha Lindeman. She was the youngest of the 4 Lindeman children, and I am the second of 4. I have an older brother, and a younger brother, and a younger sister. It was just the mirror image of my mother's family. So.
And where do you live and what do you do?
And we started out in Cincinnati. We wound up in Chicago. Now I'm over in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I work in the office furniture business, which is not doing terribly well right now.
It's 2002, the market's down.
Yeah, market's down a bit. We can see recovery maybe somewhere around the year 3000, something like that. Long range forecast.
Okay, we'll try to be around for that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Good. Thanks.
Okay, I'm Patty Driscoll Kennedy. I'm hosting this madness. We've lived in Minnesota for 20 years. I have 3 kids. Mike, 21, Aaron, 18, and Colleen, 14. I'm married to Jack Kennedy for 25 years, and I run an upscale prostitution ring called Kennedy & Company because advertising is sucking right now. And I'm glad everybody came and everybody's having a good time.
Super. Thank you very much for having us.
Don't move me!
Okay.
Stop jumping, Chloe. What? Stop jumping.
Okay. We're set.
Go, 30!
Have fun.
No!
Did you go fast, Chloe?
Yeah.
Was it fun? I think there were some shoes on that table that might have been for this little guy. Did you get them?
Huh?
Were there some shoes left from last time?
All right. I guess we're doing the hors d'oeuvre stuff back here. Okay.
Wow, yeah.
My name is Tom Driscoll. I'm the eldest of 4 Driscolls, Tom, Dick, Larry, and Patty. Patty is married to Jack Kennedy. I'm married to Wendy. Dick is married to Donna. And Larry is married to nobody. All right?
Children.
I have 3 children. I have David, Sarah, and Karen. David lives in St. Louis, and he has 2 children, 2 boys, Patrick and Evan. Sarah, who's on this particular cruise, has 2 children, Shannon and Patrick, and Ryan, who's here. And Karen is not married yet, but she lives in New York City. And Sarah lives in Columbus, Ohio.
And what have you done in your life?
What have I done in my life? I've been a sales manager all my life. I've traveled all over the world, from China to Asia to Europe. Now I'm retired and I love opera, and I go all over the world and see opera, and also go out and watch my youngest daughter Karen perform opera.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Ready.
Take it away.
Good afternoon, Tim. I wish I was Skip. I could do this a lot more efficiently. I'm Robert E. Lindeman Jr., the son of Robert and Mary Rose Lindeman. And I'm married to Sue Davis Lindeman. And our children, which we have 4, is Janine Marie. Her married name is Frank. And Michelle Marie. And her married name is Batten. And then we have a 3rd daughter named Christine Renee. And she's married to Tim Weisgerber.
Good name.
And
Jawohl.
and then we have a son, Bob. That is Robert Judson Lindeman, who's in school in San Francisco, studying to become a producer, director, and film.
Is he the 3rd?
No, it's Robert Judson, not Robert Edward. He's named after his paternal grandfather and his maternal grandfather. I work for a box company. Actually, I have a controlling share in the stock in Dayton, Ohio, and I've been in the box business all my life. And I have 5 grandsons.
Great. Glad you're here.
We are delighted to be here. It's so nice to be able to sit up and take nourishment.
I hear you. Loud and clear. Good. You're on.
Hi, Larry Driscoll here, youngest brother of Tom, Dick, and Larry, sister Patty. Just moved up here to Minneapolis, St. Paul, to relocate my business as architect. I'm right in a transition area right now. Soon to be doing things great in architecture.
What were you doing in Chicago?
I had my own business down there. Things got a little tight, so I decided to relocate up here.
What kind of things you build?
Mostly, the last part of my career has been residential, modeling, and new homes.
Do you have any artistic concepts that you always follow?
Well, I guess you could say I was kind of like a Larry Lloyd Wright.
Oh, Larry Lloyd Wright. From Chicago.
Right.
Fitting. Glad you're here. Fun.
I'm Mike Lindeman, the 2nd son of Cliff and Winnie, and we're at PriorLake, and I'm being interviewed on video camera, and I keep wanting to say who I am and what the case is, because this is like being on a deposition. But Janet and I are on a first month of a 10-month sabbatical from Alaska, and we're visiting in a family reunion in Minnesota and returning to California where we care for Jan's 97-year-old mother. Jan does the work, and I go to movies and play golf and schmooze with Skip, and we work for a week, and then we take off for 3 weeks and tour around, and we plan to do that for the next 10 months roughly, other than we go to the East Coast to see Tim and his family.
And what'd you do before you traveled?
Planned to travel. No, I've been an attorney for many years and just basically closed down a partnership and got my walking papers in exchange for my freedom for a year, and I may go back to work next summer if the guy's making any money and wants to hire me.
And Jan?
And Janet has been a psychologist in private practice for some 25 years and is continuing part-time in practice, planning for groups next summer and doing some phone therapy long distance with some clients in Alaska.
And you're the father of one son?
I'm the father of one son, Christopher Paul Knopbach Lindeman, who's approximately age 30 and is currently incarcerated in Alaska, appealing a criminal conviction.
Okay.
And
where are we interviewing you?
I said Minnesota
PriorLake. This looks interesting.
Oh, we are in a luxury condominium overlooking the, we're in a 91 Chevrolet Chinook van camper motorhome that Jan and I bought several years ago and took down to Florida and have driven it around the country a couple of times. We hope it continues to make it around the country. In addition to Christopher, we also raised half a dozen other kids, foster kids for a bunch of people, and we are most closely connected with Desiree Dissatel, also age 30, who's in Alaska working on a graduate program and taking care of our house while we're traveling.
Any words of wisdom?
Hey, my life with Janet right now is very, very good, and one of the neatest things about slowing down our lifestyle is our money flow has greatly reduced, but I have been able to spend lots of time with my brothers and friends, and especially with my brothers, and I'm finding out how important and valuable that has been to me in the last several years, and I plan to do a lot more of it the next several years, probably more than they want, but
okay.
We'll work that out.
Thank you. We're fading.
Okay. Hi, I'm Tim Lindeman. I'm the third son of Cliff and Winnie Lindeman. They had 4 children: Skip, who is not at the reunion; Mike, who is already on the tape; me, and then Steve, who is not on the tape. Skip lives in Los Angeles with his wife, Harlene. He's involved in news, on broadcasting, on radio, used to be a TV anchor for a financial news network. Harlene is a therapist, and Skip is in the process of becoming an ordained interim minister for the United Church of Christ. I'm a music teacher and musician. I teach at Guilford College in Greensboro, North Carolina. My wife, Nancy Walker, is also a musician. She teaches voice at University of North Carolina at Greensboro. We have 2 children, Kelsey, who is age 11, and Chloe, who is age 6. My youngest brother, Steve, lives in Salt Lake City. He is also a music professor at Brigham Young University. He has 3 children: Scarlett, who is 17, getting ready to go to college in California; Sam, who is 12, who's best friends with Kelsey and is on this trip; and Jake, who is 10 years old. Cliff Lindeman was the son of Martha and Harry Lindeman, who had 4 children, all of whose children are at this reunion except for Skip and for Steve. That is in 1908, Art Lindeman was born. Curly is his son, and then Cliff Lindeman came behind him, and then Ruth Lindeman Driscoll, and finally Bob Lindeman. Thank you.
Feel free to look at either of the exhibits.